Hello, and welcome back to Silent Hill 2 Remake. We just finished the coin puzzle the last time, and we finally got our hands on a key that we've been trying to get hold of for quite a while now. Look on here. Apartment 201. Key with a decorative ring depicting a tree. Can I actually look at that? No, I can't look at the other side. Can't see the tree. I guess you could kind of just see the tree, but yeah. Right, let's go there now. I don't know if I mentioned this last time, I can't remember, but I really like the music in this room. There's something, I don't know, very peaceful about it. And I do like the fact that they put music in this room because to indicate that it's an important room. Obviously, it's the main puzzle of the area. It's just a nice piece of relaxing music. It's almost kind of like a Resident Evil save room music, but for the puzzle room. But in general, we'll see a theme, well not a theme, we'll see another usage of puzzles in this game tend to be, the whole level is kind of built around them, and as you're playing through the game you'll notice a lot of, you'll go into an area, you'll find a puzzle, and then you'll pick up the pieces to solve it, and I feel like the game does that too many times. Like each part you go to, like with the first part it was the jukebox, now it's the coin puzzle. Every time you get to a new area, there'll be the one thing, the puzzle, and then you'll be running around in a circle, in loops, and then coming back to the puzzle. And I think the game does that a bit too often, where the gameplay loop, literal loop, becomes a little too repetitive in my opinion. I kind of wish they'd not stuck to so closely to that kind of design philosophy. But it is what it is. I was going to make a complaint about the general gameplay loop, I think that's it, but it's the kind of thing that you probably won't notice for a few hours in, and you realise like, oh, okay, we're doing this again. It's a different puzzle, but it's essentially the same thing. Turn the flashlight on. Now, if I remember rightly, I think it's 201's down here. That's where we got the flashlight before. Aha. Yes. Here we go. 201. Oh, and there's a picture of a tree on there. We'll have a bit look at that. It's a tree with the left side is obviously in bloom, it's full of leaves, and the right side is, I don't want to say dead, but two halves of the same thing. Interesting visual. Used apartment 201. Look around. Every time. That was, I don't know if you, obviously, hopefully you heard that. I don't know how well that comes across, but I just heard the gasp again. And, yeah, it seems like anytime we find our place in some sort of significance, maybe not significance, but a, visually significant, we hear the gasp. We hear a very clear woman's gasp. And, yeah, just keep a note of that when you're watching or playing the game. You'll notice it in certain occasions, and every time it happens, it freaks me out. There's something about the way they've mixed the audio, because it sounds like it's directly in your ear. I mean, obviously I'm wearing headphones, so that's going to affect me more, but there's something about it that really, it makes my skin crawl. That's, ooh. Interesting. There's a big metal door? It kind of looks like it's been imposed on here, like it shouldn't be there, and it looks like it's corrupting. Yeah, it looks like it's something's like coming from the other side, corrupting the environment, which is interesting. Anything else in here? No. Nice old-timey radio. There's something over there that grabbed his attention. Yeah, that radio is ancient. Again, we're getting the idea of, like, you can't really play Silent Hill, any of the Silent Hills, maybe 3, in a specific decade or time period. It's kind of all over the place, which makes sense since it's, like, almost an amalgam of people's memories and thoughts. Some sort of handkerchief. No, that's a new item. And I'm going to disappear, so enjoy this cutscene. So we saw a lot there. What I appreciate about this cutscene as well is there's no dialogue. It's all completely without dialogue at all. Everything is shown through the animations, which is one of the advantages of being able to remake a game like this on a modern hardware and system, is you can spend the time with the animations and the expressions and stuff to really sell the moment. We don't need dialogue. You can just all do it by visuals, which is really nice. So yeah, that was Pyramid Head, and Pyramid Head was attacking these mannequin figures. In the original game, a lot of people kind of assumed that Pyramid Head attacking them had some kind of like sexual connotation, like Pyramid Head was sexually assaulting these things, but the art designer Masahiro Ito said no, that's not what we were going for at all. I think, of course, there is the repressed sexuality aspect in Silent Hill 2, but it's a small part of the game. I think people have taken that one thing and kind of painted the entire game with that, when it's just it's part of the game, but it's not the entire game. So what Pyramid Head apparently is what a Pyramid Head is apparently doing is killing these creatures, because we've seen it throughout the apartments as well. We've seen the dead bodies. Pyramid Head is getting rid of these creatures because of what they represent and what they mean to James. They're almost kind of like, it's like they're trying to get him to forget, but Pyramid Head won't let him. And I don't really want to say any more than that until we get further into the game, because I'll just be talking about spoilers. Handkerchief. Looks like there's dried bloodstains on there. Now, as I said before, this is a completely new item. This wasn't in the original game. Do we have any flavor text for that? Because it goes into our personal items with the letter and the photo of Mary. A stained handkerchief. It feels very familiar. Now, I think Mary's got this kind of, everything that she wears always has a flower motif, as you can see on her shirt and her dress there, and on this. So I think it's safe to assume that that's Mary's handkerchief that she used while she was ill. So yeah, Pyramid Head is going around killing these things. I think the way it was described was to make James face up to something. Let him, like, see the truth. Oh, look. There's a little indentation there where it looks like there should be a door or something. Interesting. Anyway. Speaking of, we should probably go through this door. Oh. So, this is one of the things where I think this was better in the original game, because in the original one you find the key to a fire escape, and then you go to that fire escape and you realize there's no fire escape there, it's literally just another building. And it's weird, but I think this one's made it even more weird, and we're literally crossing a boundary, as you'll see in a bit. Let's have a look around. In the kitchen for some snacks. Nope, no snacks. A lot of rust, though. I hope you guys are hungry for rust. Now, if we look over here, we can see that this room closely mirrors the last room we were in, including the wardrobe that James hid in. But as you can see, there's a gigantic slash diagonally, almost as if it's saying in another instance, in another reality, Pyramid Head would have attacked James and killed him. Maybe? That's the impression I got. Because this is a mirror of the previous room we were in. And it's also kind of our first foray into the nightmare version of Silent Hill. The previous one is kind of the misty, abandoned Silent Hill. This is the nightmare Silent Hill, as would have been in Silent Hill 1 and particularly 3. I think, in my opinion... No. Was that a gasp again? 208. We can't go back in. In my opinion... Oh no. Did something just try to open the door on the other side? Okay. In my opinion, I prefer the original design for the Nightmare Silent Hill and Silent Hill 2 in the original game. This one is very similar to the aesthetic choices of Silent Hill 1 and 3. What with the wire cages surrounding underneath everything, the general rust and decay. That's very Silent Hill 1, and of course Silent Hill 3. I kind of prefer the original one because the original one had its own aesthetic and its own meanings behind stuff, whereas this is very much, this is Silent Hill. You could take this and like transpose it onto the school from Silent Hill 1, no problem. Yeah, I kind of prefer the original one to this because it had its own unique visuals, which further solidified how separate and unique Silent Hill 2 is in the original trilogy. Alright, we got the Blue Creek Apartments map. We got a lot of them. Many floors. That's not really helpful. Floor 1. Okay, so we're on the second floor. So I guess we'll just explore around. Yeah, as you can see, rusty cages hanging over a black abyss. Oh, hello. Ooh. Now, if you look very closely at this thing, you can see that it's slightly different from the lying figures that we faced before. It's more corrupted, and it's got what looks like glass shards coming out of it. And when you kill it, it has an AoE attack. So if you try and run in and stomp on it, like you're pretty much trained to do at this point. It's almost like a natural reflex at this point. You're going to get caught by that. It's the game slightly tweaking the enemies to keep you on your toes, which is very good because it adds the tension. Yeah, it looks like this. I don't know if it's glass or like glass shards, a bit of metal, or if it's belt straps sticking out, but as you can see, it's different. It's a more messed up nightmare version of the lying figures that we've seen so far. Utility room. Nope, can't go in there. Completely locked off. Which is weird how it's got a sign. Uh-oh. Looks like there's something on the other side of this wall. Alright, where are you? Now, it could be one of the mannequin things hiding, so we have to be very careful. Well, there's a dress mannequin over there, so I'm going to take that's a bit of a clue that what might be ahead. Oh. Alright, we've got a lying figure over there. Seems to be very confused by the kitchen. Right, maybe see if I can get... Let's see if I can get a shot off, if it stops moving around. Ah, I think I missed. There we go. Yeah, that dress mannequin makes me think there's going to be an actual mannequin around somewhere. There you are. Oh! Probably should have reloaded before I started attacking. How much ammo do I have, actually? Ooh, I only have 4 bullets. Okay. Right. I should keep... There. I should keep my bullets for the mannequins, because I really don't want to fight those things in melee combat. The lying figures, they're pretty straightforward to fight, but the mannequins, they've got some jukes. They've got some moves, so they can be kind of a pain in the ass to fight. Alright, so let's go through this door. It's got obviously the blue of the Blue Creek Apartments, but I feel like in the original one it came across more like it was obviously abandoned but flooded. Like everything was wet. I can't remember if there's stuff like this here. This is more like rusted. Like I said, ooh, like Silent Hill 1. Moths. M. Okay, put that on the map. M on door. We'll call that the Moth room. Is that double doors? Yes. Probably. Nope, can't go through there. As usual, we're going to go around and check all the doors, mark them off on our map so we have more of an idea of where we can and can't go. And if we get lost, we can always backtrack and look for doors that we haven't been through yet, or we know, for instance, by the markings left on the map, whether or not we need a key, or whether or not we need to find another way around. Ooh. There's some more nice, really nice music. I have my reservations about some of the remixes of songs in this. Like, there's a couple of them where I'm like, no, I vastly prefer the original, but there's some new music in this. The new music is really good. I really enjoy this new music. But yeah, for this for instance is very nice. And as I said before, we can take this to mean that we have a puzzle in here, which will be this over here. The clock puzzle. In a completely different location from the original one. You do the clock puzzle right the first time when you meet Pyramid Head behind the bars. That's the first time you do this puzzle. But as you can see, we need some clock hands. And there's also a clue over here. Scott. Thank you, Scott. We'll figure that out. There's also a note over here we should read. Henry fears Scott. He'll run from him and hide. He's fled to the west to the other side. But here comes Mildred with an unknown intent. Scott lies face down, blind to her descent. So we've got Henry, Scott, and Mildred. Translated, when you apply those names to a clock, you can change those to Henry is hour, Scott is seconds, and Mildred is minutes. And this clue tells you where on the clock face we want to put those various clock hands. Now we just need to go find them. Nope, nothing in here. Okay. Right, so like I said before, with the whole idea of like you find the puzzle of the area and everything revolves around it, this is another instance of that. I feel like, I don't know if they did it better in the first one because the puzzles weren't decentralized or the first thing that you see in the location. It's hard to say. Anyway, let's save the game. Have a look around. Oh, there's some Masahiro Ito specials down there. Cages. The guy loves cages. Oh, there's a light on up there. Yeah, for some reason, I mean, it makes sense in this game, given the general filmology and visuals that we'll see later on. But the cages, he loves cages. Absolutely loves cages. Putting figures in cages. There's some kind of bondage thing going on there for sure. Again, dipping our toes into the sexual aspect. Damn it. Oop. I think there was a second one somewhere. Or was that the one? No. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, one of the things you have to keep in mind with the mannequins is if they're standing completely still, your radio will not react. They only react when they're moving. Which makes them particularly dangerous. Oh, good. Dirty needle, of course. Dog food. Let's get through this wall. Baby crib with some bullets in it. Welcome to America. Whoa! Oh, there's a bug. That's not symbolic at all. I'm not going to be spending the whole playthrough like going, oh, what's the symbol? No. You can, you totally can, because there's a lot going on here, obviously. But I shouldn't. We can do some wild speculation, but maybe not on every minute little detail. That's a bit excessive. Wait, no, come back here. Oh, back off. Ooh. Alright, full disclosure, it's been a while since I played this game. So I'm gonna have to get used to the combat again. You have to also be careful of that last vomit attack because it does stay there a while and you can get hurt by it. Ooh, bullets. Game's giving me lots of bullets. How many have I got now? 13. A lot. That's kind of a lot. Let's jump over. Oh. Hang on a second. There's a figure standing in the window. That wasn't there before. When I was standing down there was no figure in the window. So someone or something is watching us. It looks slightly feminine as well. Interesting. Let's keep an eye on that, because I definitely don't remember seeing a figure when I was down in the previous floor. Oh. Right, so we have a dead lying figure here, which I'm going to... Oh, there's multiple. That's a sign that Pyramid Head's been here, because as you remember, he's going around killing these things. That's some very off-putting music. Okay. They're not all dead, so we have to be careful. Right. Have a quick look around for supplies. Let's bust down this wall. Oops, while we're here. Have a little peek. Can't see anything. But it's closed in anyway, so we should be safe. Oh no, it's not closed at all. Worrying. That's not a good noise. Anytime you hear scraping or rending metal, I feel like that's Pyramid Head. That's kind of his soundscape, is scraping and rending metal. 304. Let's have a look down here. Oop. Probably wasted a bullet. Oh, yeah, you see. That stuff can remain quite potent for a while. You have to be careful. Let's go into here because... Aha, here we go. Interesting. So we've got a wheelchair that's been covered up by some sort of fabric, duct taped together, that's being... I don't know, it looks like it's someone being judged. Not judged, but maybe examined? We've got these really nice leather chairs, obviously expensive looking, and they're surrounding this one wheelchair. It makes me think that someone is surrounded by doctors. I don't know why, but these chairs give me this impression of like a doctor's office. Like very expensive leather-bound chair, kind of judging or examining this person. interesting visual. No, can't go in there. Is that locked? Yes, okay. So, I don't know if I've talked about this much, I must have, but when there is a squiggly line like that, that means the door is locked and we're not getting through. When there is a solid red line, that means we can get through the door, but there's probably going to be another way around, so we have to unlock it from the other side. Very clear indications of what those means. The game never really explains that, you kind of got to work it out as you play it, but it's a good way of indicating very quickly to the player that you're not getting through this door ever, or you can get through this door, but you need to unlock it or find... Oh, a way around. Hold on. Oh yeah, they can project. They can project all. I forgot. Ah! I got too into it. I got too into the violence. Hang on. There we go. Alright. I forgot. See how easy it is to panic and forget? That's what's great about survival horror games. Games like this where I know, I literally just talked about the fact that those enemies have an AoE attack and they should be careful, but because I was out with my element, I was surprised. I panicked and I was like, oh, just get in and kill it as quick as possible, and I completely forgot what I previously thought. That's what's good about survival horror, is the genuine panic that it can make you feel, and the helplessness. You can be like a seasoned veteran at these games, but if something catches you by surprise, your years of experience with these games goes out the window. And that's what's great about them, as opposed to a game where all you do is run and hide away. Those are very formulaic, and when you've played one, you kind of understand how they all work. I mean, think about it this way: if you're playing something like Outlast, you walk into a room and there's an object, and you also notice, oh hey, there's a locker over there, or there's a bed. You know exactly what's going to happen. Well, the locker's there so I can hide in it, so that means as soon as I do whatever it is I need to come into this room to do, something or someone's going to come through that door and I need to hide in the locker. And they kind of all do that, so there is this rather disappointing... Oh! There's this rather disappointing sense of familiarity, and there's a certain sense of safety in that, and those games can make you panic, but once you've kind of sussed out how the AI works, that's it really. There's not many surprises left. Well, that's odd, to say the least. Oh. It's that song again. We heard this song being played on the jukebox, which made James remember the lake. So as you can see from the dial on the radio, that's clearly not an ordinary dial. That's looks like, in my opinion, well, you know, it looks like the hand of a clock, and it looks like the hour hand. So we need to somehow get that hour hand out of the clock and out of the cage. But if we look around, we can see that it's suspended by several chains that are leading to various locations. So we need to figure out how to get that down. Obviously the chains and like the door, that's a reoccurring visual motif, but it's also kind of reminiscent to Silent Hill 4. This room's kind of vaguely like Silent Hill 4. I think there is an actual room at some point that really looks a lot like Silent Hill 4's the titular room. But this one's kind of... yeah, the chains on the door, you can't really escape that visual. I'm really hoping that maybe after this they remake Silent Hill 4, because I think, personally, that out of... maybe not the first one, obviously, that came out in '99. PlayStation 1 game, that would be the most obvious one to make a remake of, but I really kind of hope they do a Silent Hill 4, because that game has serious problems, especially in the second half where it just you redo the whole game backwards, but with an escort this time, and it's very frustrating to play, unfortunately. Right. So, yeah, I hope that one kind of gets a remake treatment at some point, just to make it better. Because it desperately needs it. Okay, so we need a valve handle to unlock these chains. Right, let's go have a look for one of those then. I wonder if that was the window we saw the light and the figure from. Makes sense, it's guiding us towards it. Oh. Sure. Should have seen that coming. Oh. Alright, so we've got a key that's surrounded by mirrors and candles. Interesting. Ah, there's the valve handle. Uh-huh. So that's gonna tear that off. As well as the one back there. It's gonna tear this door off. Okay. Let's have a go. And away we go. There. Valve hand. Oh, crap. Oh. Wait. Oh, crap. There's two of them. Oh, boy. That was bad. I need to heal. That almost killed me. That actually almost killed me. Ooh. That was a really bad one. Oh, we're back. Okay, we're back out here now. Okay. Right, yes. Right, we got the key to 306, so let's head over there now. What was that? Oh! Oh! Mm. So sneaky. Okay. I need to stop running through the halls like that because the game's kind of counting on me to run around and get caught by those things, so I need to be super careful. Are you alive? Nope. Oh! Oh! Sneaky. Oh! Ooh! I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting. Becoming a real big fan of throwing two enemies at once, isn't it? Oh, bullet's good. What is my ammo supply currently like? I've got quite a lot, actually. Maybe I should rely on the handgun for a bit. That's fine. Oh. Get... Ooh. Get... Oh. Missed him. Okay, we know it's through there, so we can be careful. What the hell happened here? Looks like one of those lying figures crawled into the bath? You can see the footprints leading out. Oh, was that... Oh, it's a hand... There's a handprint there, though. These things don't have hands. That's weird. Something else is going on there. None of these creatures have hands. The only things that have hands in this game is Pyramid Head and James. Where are you? Oh. Oh. Okay. We're fine. Yeah, the game's really Really getting into the idea of throwing multiple enemies at me at once, isn't it? Oh, look, this... Oh! There's mirrors everywhere. Let's turn this valve handle. Yeah. Whoa! Oh, all the mirrors exploded. Interesting. Oh, we can take this with us. Ew. Oh man, that's a great bit of modeling work though. It's wow, that's really evocative. I can almost imagine the sensation of holding that and like the rust and the bits of paint. That's really well made. Very well modeled. It's always good when video game models or present something in such a way that you can almost feel the tactile sensation, or in the best cases when you see something and you get this overwhelming like feeling that you can imagine the smell. I've had that happen a couple of times just when the design was so evocative that I could imagine how horrible like the blood would smell or something. Oh. Okay. Crap, there's another one. Oh. Oh, I just realized the bodies are gone. Oh no. Oop. Damn it. There's so many enemies. Yeah, so the previous bodies that were around this area that I'm assuming Pyramid Head killed, they've all disappeared. They've either gotten up or they've just disappeared. That's not good. That is not good. Right, let's head back to the room with the radio. And we can use this over here. There we go. Valve handle. Ooh, one more. There we go. Right. Alright, then we knocked it down. The hour hand. Nice. Okay. Let's head back to the clock room. Which was back... Oh. Shortcut. Nice. Because we need to... Oh. H door. Right. H hour. Let's assume that opens that door then. Let's go. Okay, so using this little illustration on the wall, the shorter hand looks like it's pointing to 9. So let's put this on here and move that over to 9. Sounds good. Yep. The H door is now open. Let's head through there then. Oh. Well, that's quite the change in atmosphere, isn't it? You know, I would hazard to say it's downright cozy in here. Interesting. Obviously, it's abandoned and dilapidated, but it's not rust and grime and rot. It's actually kind of normal for Nightmare Silent Hill. We need some sort of key with 2 birds on it. Oh, speaking of the birds. Oh. Okay, we need to find 2 birds to put on here then. Nope. Ooh. Nice. Kitchen bullets. That's quite a nice warm welcome. I feel welcomed into this house. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to knock down this horrible, disgusting wall. One more. Oh, Well, never mind. I think we found all the disgusting rot. Yeah, it's quite different from back in there, isn't it? Oh, good. I've got great news, James. Looks like you're going spelunking. I would take the jacket off, at least roll it up, you know? You don't have to put your whole hand in there. I guess we do, though. No. You didn't need to go elbow deep, James. Come on. How close is your face going to get to the edge of that toilet seat? I was thinking the filth and everything reminds me of Trainspotting, but it looks like he's about to just crawl into the toilet itself, which, yeah, appropriate. Oh. The Minitant. Ooh. Oh, okay. Now the room has... Oh yeah. Now the room has rotted and turned diseased. Interesting. Ah, the bird. Pigeon figure. Alright, let's take that. What's making noise? Oh, hello. Shit. Ah, damn it. Well, we're not going out there. Right, let's have a look at this. Pigeon figure. Okay. We need another one to balance it out, though. Which way should I go? Let's have a look at the map. Let's go up to 209 then. Oh, yep. Always check the end of the hallways, any dead ends, there's probably going to be some items there. 209. That was really, really loud. So there's a whispering like that happens in the original Silent Hill 2, and I think it's just one of those things that's supposed to put you on edge because it sounds weird as hell. Just someone whispering right into your ear like that. For years people assumed it was Guy Chi, like just talking during the recording session. It was something they added in, but apparently it's old stock sound that they just added into the game just to freak you out. Grabs. Oh. Oh, interesting. It looks like the outline of like a figure or something on the bed. Like someone died there and left, like their decomposing body left a stain on the sheets. That's interesting. Yeah, we're getting a lot of imagery of disease and rot and just grime. Again, to do with hinting at Mary's disease that she died from. Uh-huh. You thought you could fool me. Mannequins don't shower. Oh, speaking of disease and rot. Yay. Uh-oh. What just walked in? You know what? I'm gonna leave. I don't need to be in here. The question is, will it follow me out? Yes, it will. Damn it. Ugh. So, ooh, oh my. So unlike in the original games, you really can't just walk away or run away from the enemies, and a lot of times in Silent Hill 2 you can just run past the enemies and they won't follow you that far, but this one it's no, they make it a mission to come after you, which is both good and bad, really. Yeah, fuck it. Something around that corner. Hold on, let's check the kitchen for any supplies. Ooh, hello. Oh, there's two of them. You know what? Now, just unload. Just mag dump. There we go. Not even gonna risk it with those things. I don't want to engage those in melee combat. Oh. Oh, I see. I see what you're trying to do. You put the big silhouette on the wall there, so I would run in and get us ambushed by those two things. I know what's going on. Luckily, I saw its legs before I fell for it, really. Okay, wooden swan head and malformed figure part. And then we have a lovely painted swan head with a horrible diseased body. Just like Mary. Ooh. Not saying that Mary has a swan head. You know what I mean. Right, so let's go back to the seesaw. And we can balance this out. Yeah. Okay, that's too heavy, so let's bring that forward. There we go. Oh! That is not what I expected was going to happen. Winged key. So, that seems a little... Let's say that's representative of James and Mary's relationship. Oh. Oh. That's interesting. It looks like something melted right through the bed as well, but the floor. It's like... It looks like a xenomorph was killed here. And it just melted through the floor. Ooh. Also, is this the first hole? We're gonna see a lot of holes in this game. This might be the first one. I can't remember if we jumped down. Have we jumped down any holes yet? I can't remember. There's gonna be a lot of jumping down holes in this game. Like a lot. It kind of gets insane at some points. Ooh. Okay. It is getting more and more disgusting and filthy as we go on, isn't it? Oh! Hey, that's the original cabinet for the coin puzzle. In the original game, the location was in the Blue Creek apartments. So yeah, that's where it is. We got a nice little echo or memory of that. I will say though, I think this game does a better job of giving you the right amount of bullets. In the first game, there's a certain point where you get to where you are inundated. You have hundreds of handgun bullets, and it's like not an issue anymore. So I'm glad that they've kind of fixed that. You do get a lot of health in this though, to be fair. I guess let's go up to room 109. I can hear, like, it almost sounds like someone talking. Weird. Oh. And if you look at the floor here, you can see how it's going from this weird lattice work of rust and decaying paint stuff into, like, it's almost like rebuilding or reforming or becoming new again. And it's like, oh, look at that. It's almost clean over here. Interesting. It's like we're walking into a new building. Or at least maybe a different building. Of a TV? Oh, well, That's interesting. There's two doors right next to each other, and one's completely boarded up, while the other one is like a very stark white color. I don't think we've seen a door that color before. Let's have a quick look for the kitchen. Ooh, bullets. Nothing. Alright. What is going on here? Oh, and there is a teddy bear that has bloodstains. That's always good. Oh, and the TV's got handprints or something on there. Well, let's go through here and see what's going on.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah. I'm James.
Angela.
Angela. Okay. Look, I'm not sure what you're planning, but there's always another way.
Really? What's the point? It's easier just to run. Maybe it's all we deserve.
We?
Me. You. We're all the same.
I'm not like you.
Are you afraid? Sorry.
It's okay. Did you find your mother?
No. Not yet.
Did she live here? In this building?
I don't know.
So all you know is that she lived in this town?
What did you say? How did you know that?
Well, I just figured because this is where you're looking for her. How else would I know?
Yeah. Sorry. Did you find the person that you were looking for?
Not yet. Her name's Mary. She's my wife.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I don't know why I think she's here. She
died 3 years ago.
She's dead?
Don't worry, I'm not crazy. At least I don't think so.
We have to find my mama.
Should I go with you? This town really is dangerous. Now I know what you meant back there in the cemetery.
No, it's okay. Besides, I'd just slow you down.
What about that?
Will you hold it for me?
Sure, no problem.
If I kept it, I'm not sure what I might do. No! I'm sorry! I've been bad! Please don't!
Well, there was a lot going on in that scene. And now we have Angela's knife, which is disturbingly stained with some blood at the end, but it's probably nothing. It's probably just from the monsters, right? Let's put that away. And pick up this key while we're at it. Key of Resilience. So yeah, we met Angela again. We met her back in the graveyard at the beginning of the game where she warned us that the town's weird, but we're not really sure why. In the original cutscene, it's stilted, but it's understandable that it's basically two strangers standing in a graveyard, so it's kind of awkward between the two of them. Now we kind of get the distinct feeling that she has severe emotional problems. She's kind of back and forth to incredibly tired and depressed, and then verging on manic and, like, mean. She has she started mocking James in a way, asking if he's afraid. And we can see towards the end there, when James tells her that his wife died 3 years ago, you can see she realizes that she's in a very dangerous... She's in a room with a man who may be insane, and James says he's not insane, but she immediately says, I need to go find my mama, because she's panicking. She needs to go to the one thing that can comfort her, or maybe even save her, and that's when she tries to leave the room. But when we try and take the knife from her, she completely panics, and then acts defensive, and then immediately cowers apologetically. She has all the hallmarks of an abuse victim. So yeah, the way she acts, she's nervous, she's constantly paranoid and panicky. We're getting a clearer picture of what's going on with Angela, but we don't have the whole story yet. And this room's interesting because, as we've seen throughout this entire section, there's been an emphasis on mirrors. There's been a lot of mirrors, and this is the biggest one we've seen yet. And it's almost like the mirrors are there to make these characters look at themselves, and pun not intended, I guess, but it is intended, reflect on what's happening. They're being forced to look at themselves and possibly confront their emotions and whatever else is going on. Can I smash this mirror? I cannot. Well, I can. Oh, I can actually, but it's too big to completely smash. Let's have a look around this room. Oh, there's a photo of someone there. Unclear who that is. And there's a photo down there too. Can I? Okay. Doesn't look like I can examine that. As you can see, it's a torn photo of a family. There's a mother and child there, and a father and another child on the other side. In the original game, you could actually walk up to this photo and get a closer look at it, but you can't really in this one, and I kind of like that in a lot of ways. It's very easy to miss. Nothing in the wardrobe? Alright. But yeah, very stark room with this gigantic mirror is an interesting visual. Obviously, it makes for a nice composition of the cutscene, but you can also assume it means that the characters are being forced to reflect. Being forced to confront their own demons, so to speak. Where did she go? Okay, let's head back out. It's interesting how this hallway is kind of different, but it's kind of mirroring the rest of the apartments. And also, I forgot to mention that she started to freak out. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. Well, we now know what those sounds mean. That means Pyramid Head is wandering around somewhere. That's the way I came in. So when James asks Angela if her mother was in this town, Angela kind of freaks out a little bit. That's where the paranoia comes in, because it makes me feel, how did you know that? How are you following me? So yeah, you can get the distinct feeling that she's paranoid and scared. Which, given the circumstances she's in, makes perfect sense, but there's a little more to it that we aren't quite privy to just yet. Ah. that would be the second hand. We still haven't found that though. Let's just mark it on the map. There we go. We're going to head back around and get to the clock so we can open up the minute door too. Oh. No. Ah, damn, missed him. Oh, there's another piano. With another song. Vers la flame. Verses of the flame? I had to look at translation that. It means towards the flame. Like a moth towards the flame. That has some significance. Possibly to Angela, but possibly to all the characters. Like, when Eddie said that something called him towards the town, you can describe these characters as being moths towards the flame. It has a little bit of significance towards Angela, but we won't see that until possibly the very, very end of the game, so keep that in mind. There's a lot of foreshadowing going on here. I get, if you haven't played the game before, it's something that would completely go over your head, but if you've played the game, the original one previously, you'd be like, ah, of course. Right, it went through here, didn't it? Oh. Oh, now this room's interesting. Right. And there's a photo in here. Forever together. Oh, forever together. And it's a picture of room 208, which is what we used to get down into this whole area in the Blue Creek apartments. So 208 seems to have some kind of significance. And the reason why I was marveling at this room is this is the room in the first Silent Hill 2 where you fight Pyramid Head. Well, fight. You can fight him. You don't have to. It's a obviously, as you can see, it's a very, very small room in which to fight Pyramid Head. But yeah, this is the room where the first fight with him happens. Then he wanders off down that staircase, which is flooded, and it opens out into the street, and that's where you leave. But everything's different now, as you can see. Is there any kind of memory or collectible in here? Because this room is significant. Nope, doesn't look like it. Oh, I think we're all the way back at the top now. Yes. Alright, we can head over to the clock room. And use the minute hand. Why is that door open? Were those there before? I don't remember those being there before. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna ignore it. Okay. Minute's hand. Sounds like I opened it up. So I'm going by the illustrations on the wall. We can see where the hour hand is pointing at 9 and the minute hand is pointing at 2. So that's where I'm getting that from. You can obviously also, because the second hand isn't displayed on the wall, we'll use this later on to figure out where it's supposed to go. I don't remember those things being there. That's worrying. Again, like flames to the moth. Or moths to the flame even, god damn it. Ew. That's a lot of moths. That's a lot of moths. Let's have a look at this big padlock. Okay, so we need a 3-digit code, and to work out what that is, we need to work out what number the moon, the circle, and the skull are. So you've got moon minus circle, which gives us a number, skull plus circle gives us another number, and circle minus skull gives us yet another. Aha. Well, there's a skull. But half of that is obscured, so we have to work our way around. So we have a Death Head's moth. We have whatever moth that is. Oh, that's the one that disguises itself that kind of looks like an owl. I don't remember what that one is called. And then we have the one that's got a moon shape. So, let's assume that we have to go around and count the number of symbols on the backs of the moths, maybe. Let's do that now. Nope. That's so many moths. Now, there was a segment in the original game where you walk into a bedroom in an apartment building that had moths like this, but it was just kind of strange. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, what's that fear that people have of, like, holes and stuff like it, and bulging holes? Is it tryptophobia or something? Just, yeah, it just looks like... It looks like bug nests. Of a skull. And 2 moons. Right. So. I think I have that all worked out. Let's head back around and try and figure out these numbers. Okay, so moon. I think moon is 8. And the circle is 5. I think. So let's go with 3. The skull, which is 2. Plus that, so that's 7. And then 3? Yes. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so this room is the room with the moths in it in the original game. And yeah, it's like someone doing botany or someone keeping moths. I can't remember what the term is for collecting butterflies and moths. But yeah, this hole in the wall that is dripping some fluorescent green liquid, that's always nice. More holes to stick your hands into, yay. It's like the 3rd or 4th time this has happened. Oh, we got the second hand. That was easy. Uh-oh. It sounds like he's getting closer. Right, let's go back to the clock. Ooh. Now that definitely wasn't there before. That's not good. Oh, is there stuff inside the crack? There's like a shimmering substance. I don't know if that's a mistake with the lighting engine or if that's supposed to be something underneath the walls that's shimmering. Interesting. Oh yeah, no, there's big scratch marks everywhere. He's getting closer. He is getting much, much closer. Wait, this wasn't... Oh, this wasn't open before. I just realized that even this room has started to decay. How the time flies. Oh, there's a number 6 on there. So someone has actually managed to work out what the significance of these are, and they've done... It's a whole thing to do with numbers and what's in the image and stuff, and they've worked out a hidden message. I'm not going to talk about that now, but there's a hidden message there. That looks exactly like the TV in the original game, where you find the body in front of the TV. I didn't even realize this place has slowly decayed too. Again, we're going back to the... Oh, there's a big scratch through the floor there. So yeah, he is... Oh, is that locked now? Okay. I guess we followed him. He's went through that door and locked it behind him. Interesting. Okay, let's work out this puzzle. Henry fears Scott. He'll run from him and hide. He's fled to the west, to the other side. But here comes Mildred with the unknown intent. Scott lies face down, blind to her descent. Going to take it, that's going to mean that the second hand is going to be positioned here. Or not. There we go. Alright. Well, the second door is open. The second hand door. Let's save our game before going down there. Because I have a feeling this isn't going to go well. Yeah, it didn't even, I'm so used to seeing the whole building look like this, it didn't even occur to me that this place is slowly falling apart and becoming almost infected. Morphemology of disease and corruption and death. I'm going to assume this means this is where Pyramid Head walked up, which is the reverse or mirror of what happens in the original game. Mirrors. So many metaphors. So many repeating metaphors. Oh yeah, we can follow his scratches maybe. Oh. Well, there he is. Oh, you can see the sack-like thing on the back of his head. That's not flesh. That's some kind of, like, material that's surrounding him and cushioning the inside of the helmet, I guess. Okay, so... Oh, whiffed that one. Run, James. Here we have a fight with Pyramid Head. Now, you can actually just run away from him and avoid him at all costs. But if we shoot him, we can actually make the fight go faster. You can 100% dodge him and run down the timer. I don't know how long the timer is. I suspect it's quite long. But we might as well fight him. And as you can see, that was hinted at with a cutscene when we first see him killing the mannequins. He's bulletproof. That's one of the main things that cutscene tells us is he's just bulletproof. But it does slow him down. Oh. You know what the problem is? I'm dodging too soon. Oh. Ooh, just. And it started raining too. Ooh. Better heal. I'm gonna die. Let's get some distance and I'll go for a big heal. Oh. There's the siren. Now, you have to be very careful here, because he will still attack you. Those are big doors. Alright. So it's like something called him away, or we've managed to prove ourselves so we can continue on, and he's opened the way for us. And there's that one light. But we saw a figure standing in that window, and another time when I played this game, the figure was standing there watching this fight. I don't know what causes it to appear, but there's a very feminine looking figure in the window that's watching. Okay. Let's go. Oh. Oh, would you look at that? We're finally outside. We've managed to get through the apartments. That took a really, really long time. But we're finally back out of the apartments. Into Silent Hill. Well, that's a good place to stop. Thank you for everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. If you got any suggestions or anything, leave a comment below. Tell me if you liked it or not. Do all the usual YouTube stuff. Leave a like, subscribe. You know the drill. I don't really want to harp on about any of this stuff. So yeah, that was the apartments. We're finally out. And there's a lot going on there. You could write a 2-hour essay just on the apartments alone. There's a lot of visuals. They've packed this game so full of all these visuals and metaphors now. It's kind of overwhelming at times. I've got so much stuff to talk about. Not only just the game itself and all the details, but like the genre of survival horror. There's a lot of stuff going on in that too. So there's so much to talk about that I'm starting thoughts and not being able to end them. So yeah, it's quite the game. It's quite the experience. If you haven't played Silent Hill 2, you should definitely play this. Knock it down on the easy. If it's your first time playing it, knock it down on easy mode. Don't even worry about it. Just play it. That's all I have to say. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. I hope to see you next time for more Silent Hill and whatever else is on the channel. I'd appreciate it if you subscribe, like, follow, do all that stuff, leave a comment, blah blah blah. The usual YouTube begging. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed that, and good night. See you next time.